Good evening, everybody, and we welcome you back to the 2021 Division II Men's Basketball Elite Eight. They're in Evansville, and they just finished up, and Lincoln Memorial drops a hard-fought game to West Texas A&M, 87-86. And joining us from Lincoln Memorial is one of their outstanding student athletes, Alex Dahling. And Alex, first off, congratulations on an unbelievable season. I know it's not the way you guys wanted it to end. I know you wanted it to get to Saturday, but talk a little bit about the game. Talk about just how it just really went back and forth in the whole second half.
Yeah, I mean, we came out halftime. We were up 9, and we knew they were going to make a run, and we were going to try and weather that run. We didn't do the best job of that, but I mean, we kept fighting. I mean, that shot was the only time they led in the entire game, I think. So, I mean, we could have done a few things better, get some more stops, maybe play a little better on offensive end, but we did our best to weather their run, and, credit to them. They made a buzzer beater to beat us. So,
For you individually, you want on an absolute unbelievable individual run in the second half, and that was part of the, keeping you guys right where you wanted to be. Talk a little bit about the second half for you individually when you put up 11 of your 14 points.
yeah, I mean, it was just picking on matchups at that point in the second half. They were getting out in the passing lanes, denying everything, and we are just trying to find the weak defenders who happened to be guarding me most of the second half. So we tried to take advantage of that and put me in advantageous spots.
Talk about just the absolute joy you've had to play with some of the other seniors and these guys on this team over this just absolute incredible run over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, playing at LMU, it's been the best 4 years of my life. Just coming in and working with my brothers every day. Never take that stuff for granted.
Talk about Coach Schertz. What has he meant for you individually, and what has he meant for the program?
Coach means everything to me. Giving me this opportunity to play at LMU. He's been there for me every step of the way, and he's always been my biggest supporter. And he means everything to the program. The program isn't here without him.
Alex, we appreciate you joining us. Once again, what an unbelievable run for you guys, and one of the best semifinal games we've seen in many years at the Elite Eight. But congratulations on a great season. Thank you so much for the time. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Alex Dahling joins us, and now we'll have head coach Josh Schertz step in. Hey, Coach, how are you?
You can imagine.
I know. I understand completely. Let's open it up for you. Some opening thoughts on just an unbelievable semifinal game tonight.
Yeah, obviously my heart breaks for those kids. They're absolutely gutted, which is what happens when when you care deeply. What happens when you are fully invested in something. I think to be a champion, to get to this point, to have a chance to win a national championship, you've got to pour everything you have into it, and you have to be willing to have your heart broken. And we had our hearts broken tonight. And I told them, I have only one regret from tonight, and that's the outcome. I couldn't be prouder of a group. These guys gave everything they had to me and to each other. They were an unbelievable group to coach. Life's not fair. It's just obviously a heartbreaking way. No matter when it ends, it's difficult. I've been in the locker room after, we lost the national championship and Final Four and different things. And there's outside of winning a national championship, whenever your season ends, it's gut wrenching. But to lose that way in that situation is unbelievably difficult. But we've got a resilient group of guys, and we'll certainly mourn this, and then like I said, try to kind of piece it together, and hopefully, like I told them, that they'll be back in this situation and use us as fuel in the off season. And they got a special group, and if they come back and everybody's back that's supposed to be back, I hope they're right back playing in Evansville next year at the same time, and there'll be nobody cheering for them harder than me.
Let's talk a little bit about the game itself. You guys, it goes back and forth for a little bit, then you guys go on a run, and then they go on the run, and then Alex Dahling, we just talked to him, and he scored 11 straight points at one stretch in the second half to keep you guys with right where you wanted to be. Just talk about just how the ebb and flow of this whole game went, and then what Alex did with that 11 straight that he scored.
Yeah, I mean, when you have two, look, that's the highest level of competition we have at this level out there. You got two great teams. Even when we got up, I think we got up 16 in the first half. We knew they weren't going to go anywhere. They've got two All-Americans there, and Murray and Grant, and they got great pieces around them. And when you have teams that are this good, they're not only talented, they're unreal competitors. They're just warriors. And I think both teams showed tonight. They're filled with guys who are warriors. And we got up, we got in foul trouble. We tried to manage that. They went on a 7-0 run to cut it to 9.5. They came out in the second half and really cranked up their pressure, and I thought got us on our heels. But every time we had to, man, we just kept responding, making plays. And of course they did the same thing. Blakeney goes 5 for 5, 5 for 6 from 3, and made a bunch of really big shots when we lost him, and we had to, give something. And that was what we felt like we could give. He made, I think, 17 or 18 on the year, but he was huge for them to kind of keep them in contact. And we had a couple breakdowns in transition. Grant Murray got to the rim, particularly Grant, but Alex's stretch was fantastic. I think, it was put him in a couple of different plays that we run, and he was able to get a couple of guys in with a couple backdoor layups in that scenario. He got downhill another time. And then obviously I think Jeremiah hit him with a great pass for a lift 3, just off a ball screen, and they tagged, and he got a wide open 3. But Alex is as tough and as smart as they come, and just that stretch second half kept our heads above water really until the last play, unfortunately.
Talk about these seniors, what they have meant to the program over the last 3 years, and what are you going to most remember about these guys?
I mean, look, I've just been fortunate to coach them. I mean, just unbelievably blessed to have the quality of human being, the quality of competitor, the level of talent, of course, but the quality of human being that those guys are, man. They've just enriched my life in ways you would never imagine. I mean, they just made. And we've been fortunate throughout the years, obviously the last, 11, 12 years, but they just made coming to work every single day a joy. And that's what you want as a coach. Like, you want to enjoy going to work. You're talking about a group that, look, I'm sad for a lot of reasons, but the thing I'm probably most sad about is that I'm not going to be coming in and practicing those guys tomorrow and cutting up and laughing and getting ready for the next game. Like, that's the hardest thing. And Devin and Alex, are just, and I think, Alex is going to utilize his year to come back, and he's got his degree, but he's going to come back and play next year. And I hope Devin does the same, so hopefully they'll be back. And like I said, on this stage, and they're really the two seniors on the team, but what a unbelievable group of kids, up and down, seniors to freshmen. We always talk in our program about regenerative leadership, and those guys, what an unbelievable example they set for the young guys, and they care for them, and they do a great job of, just basically holding them to standards. It's a player-led team, and those guys are at the forefront of that.
Coach, it's been great talking to you over the last week. I know this isn't the way you wanted us to end our conversations and the way, things went tonight, but thank you so much for the time. Thank you for everything you've done for Division II basketball, especially at Lincoln Memorial, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate it.
Head coach Josh Schertz joins us, and that will wrap up our semifinal post-game press conferences. They are getting ready to tip in semifinal number 2 between Flagler and Northwest Missouri State, and we will have post-game interviews following that matchup. Thanks so much.